Hello, this video is to go over the problem set for lesson 17. You should pause along the way if you need to work on copying anything down. So the most important thing is remembering that your equation y equals mx plus b is very important. So we'll start with the problem here. And I don't have it looking like the y equals mx plus b yet, so that's the first thing we're going to do. So negative 4x plus 8y equals 24. I'm going to move the x over by opposite of adding, and I have 8y equals 4x plus 24. Divide away the 8. And you get y equals half x plus 3. All right, that will be used later. Next, we're going to look at the next step, which says, what is the slope? So now that I've figured out that formula, I know my slope is 1/2. So I can answer that question for letter A by saying it is half. B, it says to use the table to solve for the linear equation. So we will do simple things like -1, 0, 1. I did it again. This actually, since the slope is a half, we actually want to pick even numbers. So we could do -2, 0, 2, and 4. All right, so plugging into my formula, y equals 1/2 times -2 plus 3. Half of a -2 is a -1 plus 3 is 2. Y equals half times 0 plus 3. Anything times 0 is 0 plus 3 is 3. Half of 2 plus 3 is 1 plus 3, which is 4. And half of 4 plus 3 is 2 plus 3, which is 5. And now we are going to graph. So I need those numbers for the x and the y columns. And I'm going to go with my information straight down the middle. And first I have -2, so to the left 2 and up 2. And 0 up 3. And 2 up 4. And 4 up 5. And then I like to do different colors for my lines. And when I snap. All right, so the next part is looking at what is the slope. And so before this lesson, we would have said, okay, to go from one dot to the next dot is up 1 and then right 2, so that slope is 1/2. And it's asking from earlier when we created this equation, is that the same? And so half plus 3, we said half was the slope. Yes, it is the same. And then it wants us to note the location on the y. So what dot is on the y? Pick a different color. And that is this dot right here, which is 1, 2 at the 3. So that is the answer for that. All right, next problem, we're looking at similar things. So first, we want to look at the equation 9x plus 3y equals 21. And I'm gonna move the x, and I get 3y equals -9x plus 21. Divide away the 3, and you get y equals -3x plus 7. So the next part says, what is the slope? And slope is in front of x, and that is a -3. For 2, we are completing the graph, so we'll do easy numbers like -1, 0, 1, and 2. And so I'll plug that into that solved equation. -3 times -1 plus 7. Negative times negative is a positive. 3 plus 7 is 10. -3 times 0 plus 7. 0 plus 7 is 7. -3 times 1 plus 7 is -3 plus 7, which is 4. And -3 times 2 plus 7 is -6 plus 7, which is 1. So I am going to put the y-axis roughly in the middle of the grid, but I'm going to do the x-axis down low so that I have 10 spots above. So first is the point -1, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the very top point. 0 and 7. And then 1 and 4. And then 2 and 1. I'll pick a different color to snap my line and adjust slightly just so that they touch, maybe. I guess that's, there we go, the wrong feature. And then the question is going to ask after, what is the slope? So I'm going to put this in blue, from dot to dot, up 1, up 2, up 3, and then to the left, which means a -1. So find the slope, yes, -3 over 1, or -3 is the same as that. Then it's asking, are they the same? Yes. Then it's asking to note where y is, and so you find the y-axis, this right here, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is at 7, just like the equation. All right. Next, we'll go to number 3, and it has the formula, but it doesn't look like y equals mx plus b, so we have to make some changes. We have 2x plus 3y equals -6. Move the 2x. 3y equals -2x minus 6. Divide away the 3. And we get y equals -2/3 x minus 2. All right, so now we're looking at this problem, and we will go with numbers that could be going into thirds. Let's try -3, 0, 3, and 6. I'm just trying to make it a little easier on us when multiplying. Alrighty, so here I have the formula, -2/3 times -3, minus 2. And it's like top to top, bottom to bottom. So a negative times a negative is a positive, which makes 6 over 3, which is equal to 2. And 2 take away 2 is 0. -2/3 times 0 minus 2. 0 minus 2 is a -2. -2/3 times 3 minus 2 is like saying -2 times 3 is -6 over 3, which is -2, minus 2 is adding the opposite, -4. And -2/3 times 6 minus 2 is like saying 6 over 1. -2 times 6 is -12 over 3 is a -4, minus 2 is like adding the opposite, so a -6. So I need both sides to be 6, so we're going to go with a graph straight in the middle and straight in the middle. Hopefully they will all fit. So negative 3, 0 is there. 0, negative 2 is here. 3, negative 4 is here. And 6, negative 6 is here. And we'll change my color to snap the line. Okay, so it's not the greatest line, but it does work. So we did C. Now it says find the slope. So like we have in previous lessons, from one dot to the next, up 1, up 2, to the left, whoops, to the left, 1, 2, so negative, so that is a negative 1. I feel like I counted wrong, because that's not the same. Let's try a different one. Alright, so let's try one up here. So from here, up 1, up 2, over 1, 2, there we go. There we go, that's better. Oh, I think that's because my dot is not that one, but this one over here. Not that one. There. All right, next, so we found the slope is negative 2/3. Yes, it is the same as above. And then noting our location of where it crosses on the y, which is here, and that is a negative 2. All right, last problem. All right, so our equation 5x minus y equals 4. We need x to move. So we have a negative y equals negative 5x plus 4. I can divide this away. It'll make us a little easier. So negative divided by negative is a positive. So that's a little bit of an easier equation to look at. So based on this, what is slope? For number 5, I'm going to write it over here. Slope is 5. Then they want us to complete the table. So let's do negative 1, 0, 1, and 2, and plug in. 5 times negative 1 minus 4, adding the opposite of a negative 9. 5 times 0 minus 4, 0 minus 4 is negative 4. 5 times 1 minus 4 is 1. And 5 times 2 minus 4 is 6. So we will take that information and plug it in. We do need negative y, so I'm going to plug in, well, if I'll draw my line straight, I'm going to plug in up here, so that it moves that a little bit easier, and put that here. Okay, so next we're gonna plug in negative 1, negative 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1. And unfortunately my 2, 6 won't fit, but we do have enough dots to create the line. So I'll connect. And I do need to adjust. That's why Notability is nice for that. And so once I have that, then we are going to look up and count what the slope is. So I'm going to go from dot to dot, up 1, up 2, 3, 4, 5, and write 1. So my slope is 5, and is it the same? Yes. And where does the y-axis fall? Right there at 1, 2, 3, 4, at a negative 4, like my problem right there. And that is it for the lesson. Hopefully you saw some similar features in how to do that in previous lessons. Pause where needed.